for your group, what's fall camp been like? Because only 3-4 arms there has been a lot of work for them.
Yeah, it's been great. It's been great. Ty's got a lot of reps, and that's gonna be valuable for us this season. You can see him growing every single day from spring to now. The game's kind of slowing down for him, and then Kevin has got his fair share of reps too. So it's been good. Like those two guys take a majority of the reps, and Charlie Fodger has been really having a good camp with that third group. So I feel like we're getting a lot of valuable game reps. That's one thing I love about practice here is like we do game situations. We're not out there just going on air. We doing first and 10, second and 10, 2-minute drill, 4-minute drill. So you get like real game situations, and we can go in meetings and learn from every single day. So it's been good as a group. All the reps that you're getting is going to pay off this year for us.
What's kind of the thinking on Tyler right now? I know it's not anytime soon, but is the hope to still maybe have him be available later? Are you working towards that, or is it just kind of pure rehab at this point?
Yeah, no, I hope it is soon. I think it'll be sooner than later when he can start giving us some good reps. He's feeling great, feeling healthy. I think our medical team here has done a really good job with him. So, hopefully, he's good enough to go, pretty soon. I don't know exactly timetable, but he can throw the ball. He's doing routes on the air. He did a little bit of 7-on-7 here and there. So he's progressing in the right direction, and just kind of being patient with him, trying to get him all the way healthy before we put him back out there.
Kevin faced some criticism for the way last season ended. How have you seen him respond through the offseason?
Yeah, I think he's responded the right way. But that's what we expect from Kevin. That's who he is, right? He had a great year last year, and us and him, we're not gonna let one game define his season last year. But he's came this off season being hungry, working on all the things that he wanted to get better at. He's been intentional about this stuff. Him watching the tape and him, knowing defenses and taking the right drop and not turning the ball over. He's been very intentional about that, and it's showing off this camp. Like he's had a really good camp, and I think him and us as a whole staff think he took the next level, and he's ready to lead this team this year. So it's been good.
Go ahead.
As far as his growth goes, what do you feel like you need to see from him this year?
Yeah, I think for one, Kevin is super talented throwing the football, right? But I think it's some pocket stuff that we worked on all offseason that's going to show this season. Just always having a good base, taking great drops, being great with drives. When it's not there, checking the ball down, and I think that's where he's grown the most. He's seen the field a lot, more clear this year just because he's watched a lot more tape. Like last year's first year starting, he's seen every defense you can throw at him, every single blitz, every defense, every coverage. Like he knows it all, right? So he knows what the defense is trying to take away, and he's doing a really good job this camp of attacking the defense's weaknesses. So it's been good to see that.
With him being the starter, he has kind of said that he doesn't feel like he has to be perfect in practice, so he can kind of be himself, try things. Is that a conversation where it's both ways? Because you can't always say, "Oh, coach, I was just trying to, fit something in there," but
absolutely. I think he's earned the right to go out there and play free, right? So, we allow him to kind of take more risks in practice than he would, sort of say in the game. That way, hey, I can make this throw in the game, or man, that's a really hard window. Let me just check it down, right? But he's earned the right to kind of go out there and practice and try new things. But within our offense, right? He's not there just doing a 360 pass or something like that. He's still playing quarterback. But yeah, he's been good in that regard.
Is his confidence? Do you feel like it's up just kind of with having that whole off season of knowing?
Absolutely. I think he's super confident right now. I know that's the thing that we talk about a lot with just the whole group. Like, man, you got to be the most confident guy on the field, right? And the only way you get confidence is if you prepare the right way. And I think he's done that, which led to him on the field being super confident. And that's a big piece for us in his game. When he's confident, he knows what's going on. He's hard to stop. You know what I mean? So he's been great, and I think he's really confident right now.
Can you almost take kind of more confidence from the fact that he had such a great year last year, but there were still some clear areas of improvement? It seems like that's something that you all have addressed. Just the fact that he had the year he had, but still had a lot of room to grow. Is that encouraging for you?
It's exciting for me, right? It's exciting for us as an offense, him as a player. He's already such a good player, but like you said, he has a lot more room to grow, and I think he's taking a step in that direction. So, and it's he's the type of kid that you don't gotta really tell, hey, we got to work on this, got to work on that. Like he knows it. Like he's very self-aware. He watches tape. He knows his weakness. Like he's been doing a really good job of taking ownership and kind of sort of like doing the lonely work. That's what, as a quarterback, you got to do the lonely work. You got to do the work when nobody's looking. watch tape in your bedroom, go in the indoor, take drops. Like, you got to do that kind of stuff, and he was doing a really good job of doing all that. So it's been great.
What was like the conversation and just like the aftermath of that Penn State game for you and him? Like, what do you say to him after that, and how did you kind of work through that with him?
Yeah, it was tough. It was tough for him, right? National stage, playing a playoff game, and not having his best performance. But like we talk about all the time, as a quarterback, when you win it, you get way too much glory, and then when you lose, you get way too much blame, right? So that's what we talk about. But us as quarterbacks, and me trying to help him, like you gotta take it with your head up. Like, it is what it is. Like, you're the starting quarterback. We're gonna win and lose by you, right? So keep your head up. But those, a week or two after the game, it was tough, right? And he got some time with his family. We talked here and there. I was just trying to be positive with him. But he came back super hungry, which is always great. So it should pay off this year.
The new look kind of wide receiver room outside of Jordan and Romello, what does that room mean to Kevin? I mean, so many guys that obviously he had the whole offseason with most of them to kind of develop that rapport, but what are you expecting from kind of that chemistry?
Yeah, I think those guys have been great. Like you said, we got Jordan and Melo on the outside that he's super comfortable with. Been throwing to for a couple of years now. So those guys are seasoned vets. I think they're on the same page. They got good chemistry. I think the young guys have played really well this camp too, right? It was encouraging for us as a staff and him as a quarterback to now, hey, I can trust these guys in a big moment, right? I can trust these guys when it's 3rd and 2 when we're playing Baylor or we're playing East Texas A&M. It's 3rd and 2 and they got man coverage. So, like, he's grown to that level of trust with those guys, and that's a testament to how hard they work. So it's been great, been good.
Any feedback from the field first time out there on Saturday?
Beautiful, love the field. I'm so glad that we did that as a Coach Lashley and everybody that was involved with that decision. That's big time football right there. So the grass is great. The guys loved it, so that's really all that matters.
What's it like just to see? I know he's not, a favorite, but to see Kevin's name even brought up in the Heisman conversation. I know those accolades necessarily don't really matter, but just to see that and have that be, SMU player, what does that mean to you and the program?
Yeah, it's big time, right? I'm happy for Kev for one. Like, it's a testament to all the work he's put in for the first 2 3 years when he wasn't a starter. Like, he's worked his butt off to be in this situation. So I'm happy for him for one. And then us as a program, like, it's big to have any of our guys getting recognized nationally for all these awards and preseason All-Americans and preseason All-Conference teams. So it's a huge deal. Now we just got to go put the work in and try to prove those people right.
Anything else?